Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up, some young Caymanian chefs are cooking breakfast for you this weekend, and we'll hear about detoxing your soul for a new life paradigm. And all you brothers out there, listen up for the Men's Health and Lifestyle Summit this weekend. Talk Today's next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you for checking in wherever you are. Here in Georgetown, it's a nice afternoon, if you can take the heat. Right? If you're inside with AC looking out the window, then it's a perfect June afternoon. But it's hot out there. And I'd like to remind you that tomorrow is the state opening of Parliament. Governor Jane Owens will deliver the throne speech, which will let us know what the government has on their agenda. And Radio Cayman will bring it to you live. The state opening of Parliament is scheduled to begin at 2 o'clock on Friday. So that means I get to go to lunch early. Radio Cayman will keep you up to date with all the parliamentary developments, so stay tuned. And hey, hopefully we've seen the end of expensive fuel, for now, and high inflation. They signed that memorandum of understanding between the U.S. and Iran, but keep your fingers crossed. In Washington, some are already saying it's a bad deal. And Trump, good old President Trump, I couldn't believe he actually said this. He said, if it works out, I'm going to take the credit. If it doesn't work out, I'm blaming JD. They said he was joking, but, who knows when he's joking, when he's not, right? And if you're borrowing money, well, there doesn't seem to be any break in the interest rates because the Fed, who seems to rule the whole economic world, the Fed is holding steady. They didn't lower any rates, kept it right where it is, and they could even be, hiking it up a notch or so. So we just have to keep our heads up and keep moving against the wind, right? Forward, forward, forward. Well, this Saturday, you don't have to bother with cooking up a nice breakfast. Cayman's National Youth Chefs are cooking breakfast for you. It's a fundraising project of the National Youth Culinary Program, and joining me now to tell us more is James Jamo Miles. Jamo, welcome back to the studio.
Hi, thank you.
Now, I see you don't have a tie on today or anything. Looks you ready to go to the kitchen there with that uniform?
Yes, I represent in the National Youth Culinary Program, and we were doing a breakfast fundraiser for a fellow cook that is in need.
This person, what happened?
Cook Rosa was in a hit-and-run accident in Honduras.
Oh, boy.
A few years back, and she couldn't afford the surgery. So an honorary member of the National Youth Culinary Program is me today. and a group of her friends did a fundraiser for her so she could get the surgery. And now there's costs for rehab and physio and stuff that Rosa had to take out a loan for. So we're hoping to help her pay off her loan, and then she can hopefully get back on her feet. And she had to redefine herself, so she's doing some administrative work for a company in Cayman. But her passion is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so as chefs to chefs and cooks to cooks, we try to take care of our own.
So where are you going to be having this?
It'll be at the farmer's market this Saturday morning from 6 until 10. Come by. If you want breakfast, we'll have omelets, and we'll also have porridge, and we'll also have tea. So you can have a mix of fever grass or mint tea, cornmeal, cream of wheat, or oatmeal porridge, and then we'll have omelets and ackee and codfish.
This is a roots breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to somewhat keep our traditions alive. In Cayman, we tend to go more towards tea than coffee, but if people want coffee, then they can get it somewhere else. We want to try to keep our traditions alive of mint tea and fever grass tea.
Well, tell us a little bit about the National Youth Culinary Program.
It's a training program to develop young Caymanians to get into the hospitality industry. It is for high school students aged 10 to 17, and it is a pathway to tertiary studies and into the industry. We've had many success cases pass through since we were established in 2012, and a lot of young people are still working in the industry, and there's still more coming through. On Saturday, we'll be joined by our prefect, Ms. Samaya Rich, who lives in Cayman Brac. And they come down. We have 3 students from the Brac that come down for master classes at the Ritz. And that's like 13 weeks straight. So they've committed to doing so, and they really want to get into the industry.
So are more and more young Caymanians discovering, how good a job being like an executive chef can be?
I think so. And they've found that everybody got to eat, right? And if you're really good at what you do, you can charge whatever and cover the costs and make a good living and plan for your family. But really and truly, why we've taken up this challenge, because when Miss Mita brought it to our attention, saying, you need help with it, and if we could put on a fundraiser, I said, well, we could do a fundraising breakfast. And I chose breakfast because I believe in doing what Christ did. And Jesus made breakfast.
The first meal of the day that got you going.
No, but like maybe a few days after his resurrection, his disciples went back to fishing, and they came and found Jesus making breakfast on the beach for them, over a charcoal fire, prepared for his team. And that was to prepare them to change the world. So what we try to do is we try to make sure that all the people in the world that feeds the world, we make sure that they have fuel for their fire. And when I heard the story of how unfortunate Rosa was to be hit and left for dead in a country not so far from here, and then the plight where she couldn't stand and couldn't cook any longer, and had to try to redefine herself just to feed herself, with the hope of trying to get corrective surgery done. And then when she reached out to Miss Mita and her team, they finally got a way for her to get her damaged knee corrected. And now they had the surgery, but she's now doing rehab and all the other stuff to recover, to get really back on her feet. And we're here to help Rosa and anybody else that need help.
So how is she doing?
She's doing okay. She still can't stand for long periods of time. Still struggle when walking, but she's got the surgery done. So it's on the mend, and if she try to push too much, then she might do damage. But she's doing rehab, and it's a cost.
Yeah, those medical bills mount up real quick. Real
fast. So our target is $2,500. So she can at least pay off the loan that was on her, so that at least that won't be a stress for her, because stress is what slows down healing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could take that stress off Rosa, we can help her towards healing quickly. If we get more than that, which I'm encouraging people, even if you can't come by for breakfast, to go ahead and donate to the cause. We have a bank account number for the National Youth Culinary Program that we will encourage you to donate to. And when you do your online transfer, put your reference note as Cook Fundraiser, so we would know the difference, because we get a lot of donations for other causes as well and for our program. So we want to make sure that what is done for Rosa will get to Rosa. And you can contact me at 922-3652. You can direct message, WhatsApp, and say you're interested, and I can share with the banking details with you, and you can go ahead and donate if you care to participate or not.
Do you care to give the number out now?
It is
number, or you prefer to do it over the phone?
I prefer, because this is still YouTube driven, and
okay.
Banking information I really don't want to share. I'd rather be person to person.
I understand.
We got a small account to do our program, and we don't want it hacked at all. So we try to make sure that we have take provisions. I was cautioned by my executive to be very cautious.
Unfortunately, we do have to be conscious of those kind of things,
Yeah, especially a bank account in the Cayman Islands, right? Everybody think that we're super rich here, but
probably $2 million sitting in there.
No, far from that.
That's what they're thinking.
Yeah. But we don't want it that even what we raise for Rosa is taken. Mm-hmm. Right? So I'd rather it be that way, that you can contact us via email at nycpcayman@gmail.com, or my direct number 922-3652, and we can give you the banking details. So you don't even have to walk with cash on the day. If you don't want, you can just make a donation at the point as well, and we feed you.
All right. We're going to take a break. Be right back.
Are you looking for more weekend getaways with Friday flights? Well, Cayman Airways has added Friday flights to Panama for a limited time this summer. They're perfect for short and long weekend getaways, quick business trips, or easy connections across Latin America. And if Jamaica is on your summer wish list, seasonal summer flights to Montego Bay are also available. Call Cayman Airways on 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com. See you on board our Friday flights to Panama this summer.
The 7 a.m. Sports Report, brought to you by Dr. Wayne Porter, offering a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. Call 946-9020 to book your appointment today.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And I'm talking to Jamo Miles about a breakfast fundraiser that's being put on by the National Youth Culinary Program for one of their fellow chefs that was hit and run and left, badly injured, and now has a big medical costs to try and pay off. And so they're trying to raise some funds at the farmers market, and you get started real early. I mean, Saturday morning you're going to have to be up very early, James.
Yeah, that's normal for chefs. They feed the world, and people want to wake up for breakfast, and truckers be on the road from 5:30, 6 o'clock. A lot of people that are the movers and shakers of the economy are up from early, and they need to be fed too. So if they don't have time to get food at home on Saturday morning, pop by the farmer's market, and you can buy whatever produce that's there that you would normally need for your meals. Plus, you can support our cause.
Mm-hmm. I see you got a number of a variety of porridge.
Yeah, because I noticed that a lot of people, these are the three main porridges that Caymanians and people in the Caribbean consume.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's try to keep it as traditional as possible, because a lot of people that come to the market are a lot of locals and those who will look in stuff that are fresh, things that are available locally. So a lot of what we're trying to do, although we don't grow corn or we don't grow wheat here, those porridges are a staple in our homes. So I grew up on it, and my father grew up on it. So it is something that we're trying to keep these traditions alive through the youth culinary program as well, and to teach young people how to prepare these meals for the world.
I'll have to come get some. It's been a long time I haven't had any cornmeal porridge.
Come and check it out, man.
But tell us a little bit more about the work of the National Youth Culinary Program.
Like I said, it is for high school students, and we prepare them for tertiary study and for the labor market.
So what does that involve, getting them prepared?
We do master classes at the Ritz-Carlton. So the Ritz-Carlton has been our partner from 2012. It's a partnership with Home Gas, Ritz-Carlton, and Progressive Distributors, where we just bring the young people to the Ritz. The Ritz team teaches them from knife skills all the way to sushi. So they run a gamut of master classes each year. And then when the youngsters pass through the program, they also get leadership training. They leave with certain certifications and food handling certifications, fire extinguisher certifications. And then we have a leadership program where it's leadership reading, because the mantra for the National Youth Culinary Program is we're creating world-class leaders in and out of the kitchen. Because we know that everything rises and falls on leadership. And if we have good leadership and we have our young people making great decisions and solving a lot of problems, we're better off as a country and as a planet, because they compete globally. For jobs, they compete globally, even with our competitions that we have. We take part in the World Food Championships. We take part in the World Junior Barbecue League World Championships. And we're looking to reestablish the Caribbean Junior Dueling Challenge, where we have high schoolers from around the region come and compete as well. We used to do it in Barbados before COVID. And since COVID, we just didn't have the competition. So I had a chat with Chef Peter Eady about bringing it back. So we're trying to have our young people compete globally, and they're doing very well. Even in our sports and stuff, we're setting records and really competing. But in all areas of life, we compete globally. And the sooner we get young people prepared for that global challenge, the better our economy will be. And it's the whole youth development movement is hinged around making sure that our young people are future-proof. And you can't do that if you're starving. Yeah. So teaching them how to cook is one thing. That's to feed themselves. Teaching them how to feed the world is quite another thing. And to teach them how to care and to do things that is just right and honorable is something that we're trying to pass on as mentors in the program. So I really want to highlight our prefect as well. Her name is Samaya Rich. She's from Layman Scott High School in the BRAC. Outstanding student in the program, but her family has rallied around her, and they're about to establish a non-profit organization called Rich's Family Foundation that will be doing events in the BRAC, wholesome family events in the BRAC, and finding ways of engaging youth in the BRAC in community, in their community and in the Cayman community. So Samaya will be at the breakfast on Saturday. You get to meet her. Wonderful young lady. She's only 15.
15?
15. But exceptional student, well-mannered, very caring, very empathetic. And so when I suggested that we should do this, well, she said, sure, but I like to sleep. But this one requires her to lose a lot of sleep. We prep the night before, and then we're up early to feed the world. So it's a challenge, but it'll be worth it all, especially when it changes Rosa's life for the better.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping maybe 6 or 7 months from now, after Rosa has done all her rehab and stuff, that I can come back and say, Rosa's cooking again.
Yeah,
and
that
she's
would
back
be
on her feet
a good
again,
story.
feeding the world again, back on her passion. Because she really had to redefine herself to say, I could take on an admin job. And for persons like me, that I'm a youth worker, and I like just doing the work and getting it done. The admin part tires me.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure
those reports take forever to get.
I need AI to do all this. But I can learn it too, so it can actually do some of this for me, because the admin part is tiring.
Yeah.
And I could just imagine her as a creative, a culinarian. You know, that's just suffering when you're trying to do stuff off your
Go
passion.
to paperwork.
Off your passion
From
completely.
the pots to the paperwork. That's
So we're hoping to light up her life by hoping to lift this load, and then that she could try to get well and get back on her feet, and come and help us feed the world.
So you try and pass on this charitable attitude to the people in this program?
Oh yeah, service is automatic. Service is automatic. That's part of leadership. Jesus said that the greatest among you is the one that wants to serve. So any opportunity that you get to serve your community is when you're at your best. Don't care how tired you are, you're at your best. When you give of yourself, give of your time, give of your talent. And that's what God has given you. And you ought to use them. And if you bury them, you're burying yourself.
Yeah, I always admired, and I can't bring his name to mind now, but the World Kitchen. Are you familiar with the World Kitchen?
No.
Well, he is a well-known chef. I can't bring his name to mind now, but if there's a disaster or something, he gets all these people together and it comes and sets up a tent, and he's feeding the world, like you say. You know,
everyone has to survive. I mean, it's great when you can set people up to thrive, and that's what we really want to do in the culinary program, is to set up our young people not only to survive, but to thrive, to be the best you can be, offering the best to the world. But to thrive, you have to survive. So
if we go to some of Cayman's finest restaurants here, there's a possibility that the food was cooked by one of the people that came through this program?
Not yet. They're in college. But they'll be in demand soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Remember, we deal with high school.
How long have you been doing this, though?
Since 2012. We have a few that are back from college. Mm-hmm. And one actually feeds Parliament. Okay. So she'll be busy in a few days, like tomorrow, feeding Parliament. And it's great to see what Brittany has done and what she's become. I mean, she is one of our star students. She has competed against the world. She has competed at the young chef, young waiter competition. It's a global competition. And she scored the highest in her chef category. Just our waiter and our mixologist didn't score as high to make the Cayman team place on the podium. But Brittany was the number one chef in the competition.
Fantastic.
So we didn't really work on waiters or mixologists, but we do chefs. And if our chef is on top of the world, she's on top of the world. And if she's feeding our Parliament, I know they're getting good food.
So what, does she have like a catering business now? Or I mean,
she has her own thing, but her major focus is keeping our politicians happy. and they get it at Parliament.
Yeah.
The food is great.
Make sure it's a great lunch, right?
Lunch and dinner, because sometimes they go way into the night.
Yeah. So they do the 13 weeks at the Ritz
every year.
What, a new group every year?
No, sometimes they're in the group. Some people are part of the group for 3 years, and then they go off to college because it's high schoolers.
Yeah.
And if
while they're in high school, they're going to the Ritz.
Ritz, right. And then there's camps, competitions around the region, competitions like the World Food Championship, global competitions that they go to while they're in the program. And then they do stuff like this, service-oriented. They do other fundraisers. We're part of any of the fundraisers that the Cayman Culinary Society would have, or if the Ritz-Carlton needs us to be part of it, because they're our partner. And their community footprint is a way of them giving back to our community, and by them sharing their skills. I mean, they have world-class chefs at the Ritz. I mean, top of the line. I mean, some of the food that people are having at the Ritz. I mean, they've fed President Clinton. They've fed, some of the top tier celebrities around the world, and that is the kind of level that our young people are exposed to.
So if they're going to the Ritz for 13 weeks while they're in high school, by the time they're going to a culinary school or college, they must have a jump on a lot of the students there, gone through the Ritz.
We've had a student, Tariq Francis, and I could keep calling him because he went to Le Cordon Bleu, which is the top culinary school on the planet. And he graduated with distinctions from Le Cordon Bleu. So that's how prepared our students are. And while Tariq is a brilliant young man, it goes to show that the program is doing some great strides, have made great strides in his life to prepare him for that. And he crushed it. And that was the top school on the planet. And I'm looking forward for those who are coming through. I mean, COVID had put a little damp on us, so we kind of had to restart. But we soon get there again. We have a young man named Santos Flores that's coming through. He's from Cayman Brac as well. And he represented us last year at the World Food Championships. He got recognized and scouted by the Culinary Institute of America on the New York campus. So they're just waiting for him to finish high school. Right? So these are the kind of opportunities that our young Caymanians are getting. And when they get to these top-tier colleges, they nail it. And they come back and they make us so proud. And as long as the competitions are there, I'm looking to get them there.
We have to pause here, take a little break, be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Hi, this is Gary King from Totally 80s. My special guest this week is Annie Lennox. Annie talks about the early days of Eurythmics and her first meeting with Dave Stewart. I'll also bring you the latest news on the biggest stars of the decade.
This is Totally 80s.
Heard on Saturdays from 2 until 4 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 and 91.9. And brought to you with the kind compliments of KFC.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're talking about fundraiser that's being put on by the National Youth Culinary Program for one of their fellow chefs who was injured in a hit-and-run accident and has some medical bills that she needs help in paying off. And actually, well, here's the power of radio, right? We have an anonymous person on the phone who wants to make a donation, and we are trying to get some information now to pass on to that anonymous caller. But I think what we're going to probably have to do, Yannick, if you can get her number, and then we will be able to get the information that she was asking for and pass it on to her. So if you could just, Yannick, get her number for us.
Or she can WhatsApp me at 922-3652, and I get that information to her.
Just say that number again for her.
922-3652.
Okay. So, caller, if you WhatsApp that number, James will be glad to supply you with the information that you were trying to get, because he is unable to access that information right now on the spot.
Right.
So, but thank you very much for what you have said you would like to do.
Yes.
So we'll be getting that number, or she'll contact you. But this is fantastic, because this what's the lady's name that was injured?
Rosa.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, she needs as much help as she can get to.
Yes, and I think once the burden of her bills are off, she can focus on healing properly. And I look forward to, if we could do a fundraiser in the future, have Rosa with us, just so as her way of saying thank you to Cayman. She's a cook, so this is something that she is very passionate about. So I'm pretty sure once she's on her feet and it doesn't hurt,
she'll be back in the kitchen.
Oh, I look forward to it, and I would love it that if we could get another spot at the farmers market just to do another fundraiser as a thank you to Cayman, and maybe to get one of our young persons to the World Food Championship, because we constantly fundraising to make sure that opportunities for our young people to compete globally is hard.
Will she be there Saturday morning?
She could be helping us Friday night with the prep. I'm hoping that she could be there, at least pass through, that people could see her and chat with her. And I know we will have to provide seating for her because she can't stand for long.
Yeah.
But
knee surgery, that's, a very serious operation.
Yes. And thankfully that they have had the surgery, and now that she just needs to heal, and getting these bills off her would be a great blessing.
So tell us a little bit again about the menu for Saturday morning.
Well, we got a variety of teas, we have a variety of porridges, and then we have omelets, and it's done right in front of you, tampanaki. You just whatever you want in your omelet. We'll have omelet stations that we prepare for you. We also have an Arcane codfish, and that's being done by my mother-in-law, Miss Georgiani Rankin, who everybody knows. She's an amazing cook. The variety of porridges are the ones that are most common in Cayman. Although we do have like banana porridge that's very popular as well. We're doing cornmeal, cream of wheat, and oatmeal, because those are highly sought of after, even in porridge stations at supermarkets or anywhere else. It's a good breakfast porridge. We're doing fibergrass and mint tea, because they were something that's dear to Cayman in our culture. And then we're doing omelets in front of you, whatever you wish to put in them. And we're doing them for a donation, whatever donation you want to make.
So there's not a set price?
No set price.
Okay. So
this is how you serve the world.
Yeah.
If it's great, you set the price for yourself and donate. If all you have is $2 and that's the contribution you make, we can feed you.
So whatever you can give.
That's right.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, because so many times you go to these things, but there is a set price to do something like that.
Yeah, but then suppose someone comes off of the street that can't afford it at all, looking at opportunity to even work at the farmer's market for the day just to feed themselves. You know what we can do? We can feed them, right? Because some people struggle.
Yeah.
And some people can't give, but then they can help us pack up when we finish. And they still have worth and value, and don't feel like they're taking. They can still give, and they can still serve, and so this is why we didn't want to set a price, because we don't want to deter anyone from tasting somebody's sample food, tasting my mother-in-law's ackee and codfish, and this is she does these kind of sessions at camps. So we pass on these traditions to young people through our camps. And we got camp scheduled for August as well. So as soon as all of that's formalized, I'll let you all know. It'll be something that we'll circulate to the newsroom here so they can put on the bulletin board.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a big part of the program to keep traditional Cayman food alive, the menu alive.
And the great thing about having our students go off to top tier colleges is where they come back, they can make Cayman style beef look so good that you don't mind paying $40 for it. Right? They can look all pretty, and you're like, oh, I want to take pictures and don't want to eat it.
So with their training, do they take what they have as Cayman food and have a fusion? They bring something new to it?
Yeah, and they present it in a different way. And sometimes it's healthier, because they're saying, okay, Cayman food is very starchy. Have a high calorie.
Very salty.
Yeah, but my mother-in-law know how to tune it right down.
Yeah.
And you tune it right down to just the right amount of salt that you could taste that's actually saltfish. Because that's the only salt she's using it. It's from the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't get it right, but she's mastered it, and she's passing on her.
Yeah, you got to wash that salt out.
Yeah, sometimes 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, she has mastered it, and she's been sharing it at camp for several years, and we could be doing it again this year, God's willing, to pass on all of these culinary traditions. And when they go off, and they come back, and they know how to make these things look really pretty. That is what we're looking in the future. When you go to the Wharf restaurant, or when you go to Grand Ole House, or to any of the top tier restaurants in Cayman, and they offer an item or 2 of Cayman cuisine on it, it matches everything else that has this global range. It belongs in the menu, and it looks that way, and it's priced that way. And that is now how Cayman style beef should be presented. That this is how stew conch is presented. And you can pay the $45 for it, just like how you do the regular Ritz-Carlton plate, the regular Wharf plate, and it's Cayman cuisine.
You see, and you got, I guess, more than a steak and a potato.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, how young are the kids at the camp that you pass this on to?
The youngest we go is age 10. We want to make sure that they're safe around fires.
Yeah.
And they know the dangers around fires, and that their stature is high enough to avoid being burnt badly. All of these precautions we take just to make sure.
You got to be careful in the kitchen.
It's open fires, it's hot oil, hot water, and all of these things are hazards if you don't take precaution. And we take all the precautions, and we try to make sure that the young people have a wonderful experience, not a horrific one.
All right, so let's make sure once again that people know where it's at.
Saturday morning at the farmers market, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Come and help us fundraise to get Rosa on her way to wellness. Our target is $2,500, which is the loan that she had to take. I'm not sure what the full medical cost bill is, but as soon as I find out, I'll share that too. If not, I know she would know where it is. Come by Saturday morning and find out. And if in any way you can help, come and help.
James Miles, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
And sharing this with us. And let's hope everybody comes out Saturday morning.
Yeah, if not, you can donate by reaching out to me
at
922-3652. I know plenty of people are busy, especially on the weekends. These days, it's either a funeral to attend or some major game to attend or something important in your schedule. So dropping something on you early Saturday morning might not be yours, that type of thing.
Good time frame.
Yeah, 10 o'clock is a good time for you to come get some action.
And you can give what you can give.
Whatever you can
give.
give.
No set price for the breakfast.
Exactly.
James, have a good afternoon. Have a good weekend.
Thank you very much for giving me the time. Thank you, Cayman, for being an awesome community. I know you can help Rosa. That's an automatic. I know it because that's just who we are. Cayman kind from top to bottom. Thank you.
It's 1 o'clock. Let's see what's making headlines.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Cayman Airways is asking customers to vote for the national airline in the World Travel Awards 2026. The flag carrier has been nominated for Caribbean's leading airline and Caribbean's leading airline brand, and says online voting closes on June 19th, with registration on the World Travel Awards website required to cast a vote. In international news, the United States has ended its naval blockade of Iran as a new 14-point memorandum of understanding between Washington and Tehran comes into force. U.S. Central Command says all blockade enforcement efforts have ceased and U.S. forces are no longer impeding vessels entering or leaving Iranian ports, though Navy ships will remain in the area to monitor compliance. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says the agreement triggers a 60-day window to negotiate a final deal and that Iran will only see sanctions relief or other economic benefits if it fully complies with its commitments, including destroying its stockpile of enriched uranium and stopping support for proxy groups. The memorandum also provides for reopening the Strait of Hormuz and outlines a $300 billion reconstruction and development plan for Iran. In other news, archaeologists say they have found a much simpler, older version of Stonehenge, about 3 miles from the famous monument. The Beaufort site, dated to about 5,000 years ago, consists of 2 wooden posts that lined up with the sun on the summer and winter solstices, suggesting prehistoric gatherings there. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts, MBE, JP, 1916 to 1996. Captain Keith Tibbets of Kimmenbrack, shipwright, sea captain, entrepreneur, businessman, farmer, hotelier, building contractor, airline agent, government auditor, and land adjudicator, was elected as a vestryman before he turned 30. He served 25 years in the Assembly of Magistrates and Vestry and its successor, the Legislative Assembly, becoming a life member of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. In 1962, Captain Keith presented a petition to Sir Kenneth Blackburn, Governor of Jamaica, signed by over 75% of the registered voters in the Sister Islands, stating that if Grand Cayman decided to remain under the governance of an independent Jamaica, Kimmenbrack and Little Cayman would separate from Grand Cayman and become a crown colony under the authority of the United Kingdom. In addition to receiving many awards for heritage preservation, tourism, and community service, Captain Keith was posthumously honored in 1996 when a Russian destroyer was sunk off the northwestern end of Kimmenbrack as a dive attraction and renamed the MV Captain Keith Tibbets.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Did you know there are over 100 Adventist-owned businesses right here in the Cayman Islands? Adventist entrepreneurs are making a powerful impact across Cayman. Join us on Sunday, June 28th at 2 p.m. at the Lion Center, Grand Cayman for the ASI Cayman Business and Career Expo. Explore products and services, enjoy exclusive discounts, free samples, giveaways, and exciting prizes. Need a wellness check? Enjoy free health screenings and relaxing massage therapy. Thinking about your future career? Young people, students, and job seekers, whether you're looking to grow your business, plan your future, network with professionals, or simply enjoy a great community event, this is the place to be. Admission is absolutely free. The ASI Cayman Business and Career Expo. Showcase, connect, succeed. Sunday, June 28th, 2 p.m. at the Lion Center. For more information, visit asikayman.interamerica.org.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the weather here. The afternoon forecast is calling for isolated showers. Here in Georgetown, it is 90 degrees, but it feels like 102 out there. So, yeah, the heat is on today. Winds are out of the southeast at 10 knots. And let's take a look at what the forecast is calling for this evening. Tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies with cloudy spells and a 30% chance of early morning showers. Temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots with high gusts. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Sunset at 7:04. The outlook is calling for a chance of morning showers on Friday in association with an upper-level trough moving over the Cayman area. Another increase in showers is expected on Saturday as a second tropical wave is expected to move over the northwest Caribbean. And taking a look at the National Hurricane Center map, well, Caribbean, all clear, so no worries about any kind of storm activity right now. If you're looking to make a change in your life, my next guests will be of interest to you. They're hosting a conference with a theme of creating a new life paradigm through detoxing your soul. And the organizer of the conference is Sharon Banks, and the conference is led by Dr. Leonora A. Colley. She is an executive pastor, author, coach, and mentor. Ladies, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Thank you for having us. Good afternoon.
Tell us a little bit about what this theme means. A new life paradigm, detoxing your soul. What's behind that?
I'm happy that you asked that question. And so I believe that every person was created with greatness etched on the inside of them. And that greatness is often hidden and dormant because of life circumstances. And so life experiences can cause trauma, setbacks, and can cloud purpose and prevent people from really flowing in their full potential. And so the detoxing of the soul helps individuals to really critically look on the inside, identify, bring to surface those experiences, those events, circumstances that have caused them to really operate below capacity because of the pain and the trauma. And so we invite them to bring those to the surface, examine them, critically examine them, confront them, and work through change. And so that is a process of transformation, changing their lives and giving them a new lease on life so that they can fulfill their full potential and become their best self.
So, Sharon, what made you organize this and bring this to Cayman?
Well, I think
Just
some of
get
our
closer to the mic there.
viewers might have remembered us from Truth Be Told when we had our first event at the Hartwell Theatre, and then we moved on to the West End. And again, with my own personal testimony, the traumas that I have endured as well as a young person growing up here in the Cayman Islands, I wanted to really get the ladies together, and not just the ladies now, but anyone that has experienced trauma and survived that, to really get together and help others who need help in that area. Not all of us is able to endure and get through and rise above, and we know that others need help in the community. And I'm very passionate about that. That's very dear to my heart since I've been there and understand a lot of these situations that have happened, whether it has to do with, the loss of someone, sexual abuse, anything. We can talk about those things. And I think that it's important that we do. There's a stigma about, talking about those things here, and it's important that we get together and help others to understand that it's okay to get help. It's okay to ask for help.
So is this more or less people helping each other?
Absolutely.
Yes, it's people helping each other, and it's also a professional look at creating a new paradigm, creating a new blueprint for people to step out of where they're at and to go into a new phase, a new dimension of functionality. And so it's an invitation. And as human beings, we are communal beings. And so we don't travel alone. It's best to travel in company and companionship. And so we ask others to join us on the journey of change and transformation.
It sounds, as you talk about it, as a sort of a cathartic kind of thing. I mean, like this cleansing and bringing things out of you.
It is.
And facing them.
It is. And so we generally hear about detoxing our bodies. And so sometimes we overlook the importance of detoxing the soul. Because the soul is intangible, sometimes we tend to ignore the intangibility and we tend to look at our physical bodies. Right, Sharon?
Exactly.
And so we need to pay attention to the soul because the soul is actually the hub. between spirit and body. And so the condition of our souls really regulate who we are, how we act, how we show up. Mm-hmm. And so it's so important, it's so critical for us to really detox the soul and make sure that the soul is healthy.
Exactly. And we know...
I just need you to pull that mic.
And we know that from experience that's not always... Well, it's not easy. Mm-hmm. Not always easy. It's not easy. And we need to have someone there for us to help us through that.
Yes.
You know.
So when you say paradigm, as a model, you're offering a model for the people to change their life?
It's a model, but it's more than a model, because when we talk about models, we're talking about like a structure that seems to be like it fits all. In this case, it doesn't fit all. Mm-hmm. And so it's more than a model. It's a paradigm. And when we talk about paradigms, we're talking about thinking processes. We're talking about worldview. We're talking about self-awareness. And so the paradigm shift for you or Sharon or myself could be so different because it's tailored to my situation and my experience. And so when we talk about paradigm, we're talking paradigm shift. We're talking about changing perspectives, changing worldviews, and changing our awareness. And so it begins with self-awareness and understanding where we are at, understanding how we need to change our thought processes that will eventually affect our actions and how we show up in life and in the world. So paradigm shift is tailored to each individual.
So this is going to happen when?
So it's tomorrow, Friday the 19th. It starts at 5:30 until 7 at Surfers Paradise and South Church Street.
Yeah. And how long is the program for?
It's from 5:30 until 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This particular one, but
yes.
We're hoping to see more of Dr. Colley in the future so that we can continue to do this. Because as she said earlier, and I can attest to that, it is not one meeting.
Yes,
you know,
it's a journey.
As you know, every day, you know, getting up and praying and meditating and whatever it is that you need to do to get through that process, whether it is, you know, sharing with a friend, you know, some of us ladies might like a little, you know, shopping, therapy, whatever it takes, exercise. You know, it's not just a one-day process. Yeah.
Give us an idea what people can expect. What are you going to be discussing or activities?
Great. I think it's a great environment that we're creating for change, transformation. And so our intent is not just to stimulate, but actually bring transformation. And so we begin by really highlighting and informing people, bringing them to the awareness that etched inside of the fabric of their being is greatness. You were born to do great things. And life circumstances might have caused those giftings, those talents to be hidden. And so we are going to first deconstruct the person. That is just highlighting to them that they're spirit, they live in a body, and they have a soul. So we do the deconstruction of the person, and then we focus in on the soul, because the soul is the main hub that really regulates the spirit and the body. And so we do a bit of deconstructing of the self. After that, we introduce them to how to detox their soul. And then we create a new paradigm for functionality and introducing them to a way that they can experience their best self. And I know it might seem as though, how can we do all that in an hour and a half?
Yeah.
But we are providing some tools, not the entire toolkit, but we are providing some tools that they can begin the journey. And the beautiful thing about beginning the journey, it's like a whetting of the appetite. When you begin the journey of change, you do not want to turn back. You want to continue that journey.
So people who would attend this, this is a participation sort of a conference? I mean, you just don't sit there and listen to a lecture?
Exactly.
No.
And so Sharon, she's the brainchild of the whole thing. This is her baby. But we were having conversations, and I said, and we both agreed that this is an interactive experience. And so change really happens when there's interaction, when you are participating in your process of change. And so we have a beautiful workbook where we help them to identify those things that they might be hidden in their psyche, in their unconscious mind, that they need to, we'll help them to bring those things to surface, those things that might have been painful, experiences, occurrences, situations. We help them to bring that to surface. And when they identify those, then we tailor and help them to create a blueprint for healing, the healing process. Because really, we cannot conquer what we do not confront. And so we invite people to bring it to the surface so you can confront it and bring the healing, let the healing begin.
So what are the signs that you may need this type of conference to get this kind of help? What should a person look at themselves and see, well, perhaps I can get some help here?
Yeah, that's a great question. Sometimes we don't see ourselves, and so that's why we need community, where we can have honest dialogue with ourselves and each other. And so if you find that you have behavior patterns or thought processes that are toxic, that doesn't align with where you want to be, it could be that you need soul detoxing. And so habits, thought patterns, propensities that are toxic, or not necessarily toxic, but are not helping to actualize your best self. For example, fear. If you're fearful, if you are easily angry, get angry easily, if you have imposter syndrome, I can put my both hands up because I suffered from imposter syndrome for a long, long time.
What is that?
Imposter syndrome is having this thought pattern that you are not good enough.
Okay.
And so when you get compliments and when people affirm you, you're like, oh no, that's not me, you know. And so I experienced that so many times because of my low self-esteem. And so I had to work through and create a new paradigm, a new blueprint for my functionality. And so when you have those negative patterns or behaviors and thought processes that does not serve your actualization and you functioning in your best self, you might need a soul detox.
When you say toxic in the context that you were speaking of, I mean, that word can mean a lot to different people.
Yes.
But how would you describe something that is toxic in your context?
Okay. I would consider toxicity in this context to be anything, any element, any thought process, any behavior patterns that does not serve your best self. And so anything that is a detractor to you functioning and showing up full capacity is toxic and needs to be identified and eliminated from your life.
So people attending this, I mean, do they have to be prepared to kind of reveal themselves in this, or it's
No. After the event, should they feel, the need and they want to speak with us afterwards, they can certainly do that. We're going to try to encourage everyone to, leave their emails or phone numbers, and even after this tonight, we want to reach out to them as well to just see how they're doing, if they need to reconnect again at any time. So no, they don't need to be concerned about that. Like Dr. Cawley said, she's going to be providing a little workbook, and they'll be able to take that home and continue in their quiet little space and work on that.
So the evening is not going to be a group therapy session.
No, well, it is. No. It is a group therapy session, but
it's more than that. We are inviting them to camaraderie, to a journey, and like Sharon said, we have a workbook, and so the beauty about the workbook is it allows you to privately, individually, pull those things out and begin to work at your transformation. So no one is called to the floor or to the mat and say, tell us. Go ahead.
It's not confession time.
Certainly, if they feel compelled and they, really want to maybe give their testimony, then I don't think that Dr. Cawley would have any, issues with that. Yes.
And there's power in, there's such healing and power in sharing. And so...
it is, yes.
So you're going to also be covering a list of emotions that hold people back, that emotional toxins, I think.
Yes, fear, low self-esteem, self-doubt, the imposter syndrome, could be anger. And so because of the time frame that we are functioning in, we will highlight those, but to really deconstruct all of those and find the root cause, because this is the thing with toxicity. When there's toxicity present, sometimes it's not easily identifiable by the person, but when that's identified, then you look for the root of it. And so many times we tend to deal with the fruit and not the root. But to have lasting change, have lasting transformation, it needs to be identified and really rooted up out of the person's functionality for change and transformation to take place.
Well, another topic that you're going to be covering is the connection between soul detox and life transformation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that is so integral in transformation, because your soul is the foundation or the platform on which you function. And so if you have a toxic soul, it flows right into your behavior and your functionality. And so detoxing the soul helps with how you show up. It helps with your transformation. It actually literally transforms you as a person, where you show up more confident, more peaceful, more happy. And so there's a direct link and correlation between the soul detoxing and life transformation. And so it's seeing yourself and functioning at a different level.
So, Dr. Cawley, I would say that just a simple act of forgiving someone.
That's
I think you can
so
touch
powerful.
on that. It's really powerful, and it's very transforming as well.
It is. I'm so happy you brought that up, Sharon, because that's one of the toxic things that really hamper the soul, the unforgiveness. And it hampers because many times it's there and we forget it's there, and we keep going about our lives and continuing to function, but it affects how we function. And so identifying that, bringing that to the surface, and really creating a blueprint for releasing, forgiving, and arising to become the best self.
Because a lot of us don't understand that because we forgive someone, that doesn't, exonerate what they've done, but it certainly frees you.
Yes.
And, what they do with you asking them to forgive them is entirely up to them.
Exactly.
That's all on them.
Yes. I like what you just said. It frees you.
Mm-hmm.
And so the awareness that forgiveness is a gift that you give yourself. Because
right.
when you give yourself that gift, your soul becomes free and peace begins to flow in that space where unforgiveness once lived.
That's right. And might I add that it's not instant, which is why you still need to do the work.
Yes.
Of detoxing your soul.
Exactly.
It's a great start. That's where you need to start. But you still,
Mm-hmm. We have to stick a pin here, take a break.
Great.
We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Are you looking for more weekend getaways with Friday flights? Well, Cayman Airways has added Friday flights to Panama for a limited time this summer. They're perfect for short and long weekend getaways, quick business trips, or easy connections across Latin America. And if Jamaica is on your summer wish list, seasonal summer flights to Montego Bay are also available. Call Cayman Airways on 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com. See you on board our Friday flights to Panama this summer.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
It's here. Multi-year trade and business licenses are now available. You heard right. You can apply for TBLs up to 5 years. Save time, reduce paperwork, and focus on growing your business. Apply online at dci.gov.ky. Apply for your multi-year trade and business licenses today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. I'm talking with Sharon Banks and Dr. Leonora Colleague. She's an executive pastor, author, coach, and mentor. And they are hosting a conference titled Creating a New Life Paradigm Through Detoxing Your Soul. And when we broke away, we were talking about forgiveness and that how not forgiving someone can be a big burden. And sometimes people don't even realize it, right? I mean, they carry this grudge and they don't realize the harm that they're doing themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why we said earlier that forgiveness is a gift that you give yourself. And studies have shown that unforgiveness affects the physical body. And so coming back to deconstructing the self, we need to really understand that we are tripartite and body, soul, spirit, but all these three areas are connected. And so if there's unforgiveness in the soul, it affects your spirit and your physical body.
That's right. That's right. And I agree with that. Studies have also shown, in particular women, we as women, we carry so much here in our bosom, right? And could possibly be the cause for breast cancer. Holding on to that. I myself have had to extend forgiveness to quite a lot of people in my life.
Right. Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how much lighter you will feel if you can find yourself in that space to say, I'm doing this for me. I have to let this go. Yes. It is causing me physical pain. A lot of our pain comes from stress. Right? When we exercise, we naturally have these, happy endorphins coming along and we feel so much better. It's the same with stress. And we have to forgive in order to heal.
And that forgiveness is given without the other person ever saying, I'm sorry?
Absolutely. Because I assure you, you do not lend someone $100 expecting it back. You lend them that $100 and say, if I get it back, I get it back. If I don't get it back, it's okay. And it's the same thing with forgiveness. You go with, I love you in Jesus Christ. There's a sisterly love that we have to have for each other. And you have to go with that mindset, that if the other person does not apologize, or that's okay. That's on them. That's on them. I know we have a whole, and Dr. Cawley can speak more to this. When you have someone that is constantly pricking you and pricking you and pricking you, and you're being very nice about it, and you're pricking you and still pricking you, and then the person explodes, and then the other person turns around and say, yeah, you see, you're the crazy one. But then they don't look at their behavior.
Right.
That, oh, well, I'm not responsible for the way you behave. You kind of are somehow.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You kind of are somehow, right?
You provoked it.
But you have to forgive, earnestly and genuinely forgive for yourself and
preservation.
Work through that. It's the only way forward.
Yes. And this is the thing about forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean all the time that you forget. And so even if I don't forget, even if I see you and I remember the harm done, the process of forgiveness causes us to release the pain. So there's the healing in forgiveness, that I can see you and I remember the experience, the act, the words, the hurt, the pain. I remember it, but I'm not feeling it because I've gone through the process of releasing. And so the releasing of the transgression that was done to the person is a healing that is taking place within that person.
Yes.
So you said that you will be giving people a workbook to take with them. So does that guide them then about how to build this new life?
It guides them. And so I really don't want to trivialize transformation. And so transformation is not instantaneous. Transformation is a process. Yes. Transformation is a journey, right?
It is.
And so the workbook that we're providing it's not the full toolkit. It's a blueprint. And that blueprint can be expanded. It can be changed to suit that person's situation. So it's a blueprint, and it's an incomplete toolkit, but it is definitely a guide to the part of transformation and becoming your best self.
Well, I have a WhatsApp message here. Sharon You are such a gem.
Oh.
Thank you for all the wonderful opportunities for healing that you bring to our community. This will be such a great event, and I hope that lots of people take advantage of attending. God bless you both and the healing you'll be providing your participants.
Thank
Chanda.
you. Oh,
Kudos.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chanda. I appreciate that. Sincerely, I do. And I just want to say that I really hope that our listeners out there will join us. I am looking forward to sharing my testimony. And
Yes.
Dr. Colley, I'm so grateful for her. She's actually here on holiday. And
She's here on holiday. You put her to work?
We only, no, this is actually not work for her. She loves
Oh,
this.
yeah. I really like what he just said because I am passionate about this. I'm called to this. And so it's not work. It's passion in motion. So
That's right.
Yeah.
So do you have to register? Do you have to pay a fee to attend?
No, this is absolutely complimentary thanks to Dr. Colley. She's, willing to do this. And I was just so grateful to her.
Definitely.
And I absolutely jumped on it. I said, okay, let's get the girls together, and and certainly the men are invited as well.
Okay.
We need, the community is invited. Yes.
And let's let people know where it's at again.
It's at Surfers Paradise, 978 South Church Street, Surfers Paradise. Yeah, and it's from 5:30 until 7.
So when people attend, I guess this is sort of like a first step on this journey to try and detox themselves.
yes, it is. It is. And so we really want to communicate to people. This is not an event.
No.
This is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference between an event and an experience. And so it's an experience, and it's the initial part of your journey of transformation. So many times we go to conferences, seminars, and different things. It's an event, and we get excited. We get stirred, like, oh my goodness, this was so great. And then after a month, it fades, and it continues to fade. But when you go on a journey, and it's not just an event, we want to connect the dots until you arrive at your place of change, until you begin to function at your best self. And so Sharon is going to provide that continuum for individuals to really actualize their best self.
Absolutely, because as I mentioned earlier, it's not a one-time thing that needs to happen. It's continuous,
Yeah.
From someone that has had trauma in her life, I understand the importance of having your friends and supportive family around, and being able to talk with them. And we do a great job as well. There's lots of help here with the counselors, so it's not a one-time deal. It's let's keep doing it. It's a journey.
It is.
So when people attend this, you give them the workbook.
Yes.
Where do they go from there? What's in that workbook that is going to help them along?
Some of the things that we have in the workbook, and so we want to be very systematic in the journey, in creating this journey. And so we talk about in the workbook, we define what soul detox is. We define who people are, that you're born with greatness. And then we allow them to begin to do self-examination, to take a critical look at the self. What are areas of hurt, pain, disappointment? What are negative behavior patterns, thought processes that are in your soul? You identify those, and then we guide them to a process of removing and detoxing the soul. And after that, they really begin to frame the new self. And so there's the areas of accountability where you create for yourself declarations that you say every day. So, for example, if it's unforgiveness that needs to be etched out of your life, one of the declarations that you could say every day is, when you get up, I release, I forgive. Today, I choose. It's a choice.
Yes.
I choose to walk free from unforgiveness. And so in the workbook, we allow them to write declarations. Declarations are very important because we frame our world with our words.
Well, if you write it down, it makes a big difference?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Rather than just saying, I got to start being so late to everything.
No.
You write that.
Yeah. There's a portion in the good book, the Bible, that says the beginning of change it begins by your words. You form and change your life with your words. There's power in the tongue. Mm-hmm. And so that area of declarations is so critical and pivotal to the change process. And it has to be consistent.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we have also a letter to your new self. And so writing that letter to the new self, I think it's so... It
is. One of the things that we talked about as well is, we have to forgive ourselves too. So let's start with that. Before we can ask the other person to forgive us, you look yourself in the mirror and says, I always say, my name is Sharon Elaine Banks. So Elaine is the reason why I stayed or caused or that situation, right? Or stayed in that situation, right? So Elaine, I forgive you for whatever it is, right? Forgive yourself first. I am sorry. I want to do better. I'm going to do better. And then you can kind of move forward from that. One of the things we're going to ask Dr. Colley to touch on is that your beginning does not have to be your ending.
Okay,
And that
sounds very good.
That's a very powerful statement. We don't choose to be born in this situation or go through the things that we go through, as young children or young adults, but you don't have to stay there. Right. You can change.
Yes.
We need to take another break. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise customers of a planned leak assessment in the Georgetown area. To facilitate the work, customers on following roads will experience intermittent service from Wednesday 17th June to Friday 19th June 2026 between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. while Water Authority Cayman crews conduct a leak assessment on site. Melody Lane, Harmony Lane, Rhythm Lane, Ella Ray Gardens, Music Close, Birchwood Road, Cornwood Lane, Cornwall Lane, Cranbrook Drive, The Water Authority appreciates the patience and understanding of its customers and the public as it repairs its infrastructure and apologizes for any inconvenience caused.
Hello, this is Roy Tatum, your Member of Parliament for Red Bay. Congratulations to Radio Cayman on 50 remarkable years. For half a century, Radio Cayman has been more than a radio station. It has been the voice of our people, the heartbeat of these islands, present through every storm and every celebration and every chapter of our story as Caymanians. A special thank you to every staff member, past and present, whose dedication and passion built this legacy we treasure so deeply. On behalf of the people of the constituency of Red Bay, I thank you, Radio Cayman, and may your signal carry us proudly into the next 50 years. God bless.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And I know you want to say some thank yous to some of your sponsors.
Absolutely. I just want to, first of all, thank Dr. Colley very much. We are so very appreciative of the fact that you would take some time out of your holiday to do this for us.
It's my pleasure.
It's a very beautiful thing that you've done. I'm very touched by it, and thank you very, very much again.
You're very welcome.
I'd also like to do a shout out to some of our other sponsors, Surfers Paradise Guest House. There's Cost You Less, Mr. Oliver Beckard from Subway. We also have Star Events and Just Fishing, Friends and Family, and also to you, Chalo and Anita Khan, for allowing us to be here.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. As you know, the voice is where it starts. So thank you very much for allowing us to be here to speak on this very important topic.
So once again, people don't have to worry about bearing their soul at this conference during that hour and a half.
Not at all. Not at all. It's a time of awareness, creating self-awareness, and an invitation to jumpstart a new paradigm in their lives. And so if it's an invitation as well, and I want to challenge all our listeners, if you take an honest look on the inside within and ask yourself, what are the emotional toxins, the limiting beliefs, and the unsolved experiences that you carry within? Are you ready to release those? And I believe it's time for you to release them because your best self is calling out to you, saying, Sharon, Leonora, John, Mary, I want to come out. But that best self can only come out if we detox our soul. And so I want to challenge every listener to join us on this joyful journey of becoming the best version of yourself.
Do you see people that sometimes they live in regret? Is that a toxin?
It can be, because regret can be positive, where you regret and you pivot and decide to change. Or you can be in regret and feel helpless. And so regret can either be positive or negative. And so I'm hoping that our listeners who have regret, and we have all had regrets,
Yes.
we would arise today
Yes.
and say, guess what? That happened. I did that. They did that. But I'm pivoting. I'm changing today and reworking my life, reworking my story, and making it a positive experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. People can hold back from regret.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, that's the way forward. Absolutely.
Yes.
So what are you hoping someone that attends this, what are you hoping that they'll take away, the main takeaway from this conference?
Well, one of the things that I'm hoping that they will take away is that if you have been through trauma and if you've come through it, there are others that need your help, and to please join us, step up and join us to fight that, and to join us in using your voice to say, it's okay to ask for help. I've been there, and we're going to be there for you too.
Some people fear reaching out to ask for help.
And that's fair. That's fair to say, yes. It's not easy, but that's where people like myself and Dr. Colley, and I would say you, Cello, have yourself been there for many others, and you see where the need is, and you can gently approach them, or, and just ask, is there something I can do to help you or do for you? Because we do see it. And again, just like some people find it hard to ask, some people may not find it easy to get up and ask, would you like help as well? Mm-hmm. So it works both ways.
Yeah. And then with fear is one of the top things. And so I would challenge people to one word: courage. Take courage and arise, because you are worth it. You are worth it. So take courage and arise and reach for your best self.
Now, talking about people helping people asking for help, I've seen people who help is being offered, but they just don't want it. What's happening there?
I think that's lack of self-awareness. The beginning or the starting point of change is self-awareness. And so many people are not self-aware. And so it takes a community of loving people to point that out. You need to change. I've had people in my life that confronted me lovingly. You need to change. And I functioned I wasn't aware that I needed to change in this area. And so it's lack of self-awareness.
Yes.
Not aware that you need help.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started to say something?
Yeah, I always tell people, one person can't help everyone, but everyone can help one person. And I think if we kind of look at life that way, a lot has been achieved, and a lot will be achieved.
Now, this question I'm going to ask, I know it doesn't fit everyone. You can't have an answer for everyone. But what if you don't deal with this, like you're saying, detoxing yourself and finding a new life? What's a likely outcome if you just continue down that path and not cleanse yourself?
Yeah. It's a sad answer, but the reality is many people live and die without really actualizing their best self. And so the beautiful thing about life is we have the ability of choice. I can choose to change. And so we're giving people a choice to join us in this journey of change, because if we don't pivot and change and detox our souls, we would actually live a life that is self-defeating and not actualize our best self.
So one more time, let's make sure everybody knows where it's happening, when it's happening.
Come on, Dr. Colley, let's...
Okay, don't miss it. Join us tomorrow from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at Surface Paradise.
South Church Street. South
Church Street.
Any landmarks? Because I'm trying to place that.
Yes, it's right beside, 2 doors down from South Sound Community Center.
Great. Awesome.
All right. Okay. So, yeah I have a picture over And it's free of cost?
It is.
And you won't,
Complimentary.
yes, you won't regret joining us.
Okay. Any contacts if people want some information or anything like that we can give them?
They can certainly call me at 916-9108. 916-9108.
All right, so you can get some information if you need that.
Yes.
And more to come?
Absolutely. This is just the beginning.
I would say much, much more.
All right,
Yes.
so we'll be seeing you in the future then.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I've been speaking to Sharon Banks and Dr. Leonora A. Colley. She is an executive pastor, author, coach, and mentor. Thank you all for coming in and enlightening us this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure being here with you as well, Cello. Thank you.
It's 2:00. Let's see what's making headlines.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time.
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Michael Gorzong Memorial Classic returns to the SIFA Field in Prospect on Saturday, June 27th, marking 10 years since his passing. Organizers say the day-long event will feature football and flag football tournaments for adults and children, celebrating Michael's life, legacy, and love of sport. The event is free and open to the public. In international news, the European Union is preparing to hand out additional free CO2 permits to heavy industry this year, in a move aimed at helping companies compete with foreign rivals, but that could also raise emissions. The plan follows pressure from countries including Italy, Poland, and the Czech Republic to loosen the bloc's emissions trading system when the scheme is revised in mid-July. Draft conclusions say leaders support a separate proposal for the European Commission to address concerns from industrial sectors over ETS benchmarks. An EU document published this week confirms the Commission has agreed to increase free allocations based on so-called fallback benchmarks from January 1st, 2026, meaning chemicals producers, refineries, and other emitters could receive extra free permits this year. In other news, SpaceX shares are sliding as the post-IPO surge in the stock cools. Elon Musk's rockets to AI company fell nearly 9% today to about $174.80 after a 5% drop in the previous session, though the stock remains more than 29% above its $135 offering price. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Sunday coming is Father's Day, so make plans now to tune in to Breeze Radio 7 p.m. Saturday for your Yesteryear Musical Special Father's Day edition. Music in honor of Father. It will be wonderful. Your Yesteryear Musical Saturday evenings at 7 o'clock on Breeze Radio. Entertaining, enlightening, and inspirational. Topical with CI cultural and heritage flashbacks and the wonderful music of yesteryear, from the Thomas Edison era to the recent past. Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturdays at 7 p.m. on Breeze Radio, 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Be listening. History is always echoing on your Yesteryear Musical on Saturday evenings at 7 o'clock on Breeze Radio.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Taking a look at the weather. The afternoon forecast is calling for isolated showers. Currently in Georgetown, it's 89 degrees, but it feels like 100 degrees out there. So if you're walking around, you think it's hot. Well, it's hot. it's that time, right? Wind out of the south-southeast at 9.5 knots. And let's see what the evening is holding for us tonight. And the forecast is for partly cloudy skies tonight with cloudy spells and a 30% chance of early morning showers. Temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots with high gusts. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Sunset at 7:04, and the outlook is calling for a chance of morning showers on Friday in association with an upper-level trough moving over the Cayman area. Another increase in showers is expected on Saturday as a second tropical wave is expected to move over the Northwest Caribbean. Well, all you men out there, if you are looking to have a more healthy lifestyle, this segment is for you. We're going to be hearing about the Cayman Islands Men's Health and Lifestyle Summit that is happening this weekend. Joining me in the studio now are Dr. Colin Charles and Leroy Campbell of Mankind. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Thank you for having us.
Good
afternoon. Thanks for having us.
Tell us about Mankind, the organization that you're representing.
So, Mankind is actually a non-profit organization. It's fairly new, actually. Came out of the inspired thoughts of Pastor Bob, who approached me sometime late last year about an initiative that would seek to help to improve men's health in the Cayman Islands. The recognition was that we generally as men are not always as aggressive or as forthright in observing our health practices as women, and oftentimes we wait until things are too bad before we go in. And so what could we do to improve health practices within the male population? And that's where it sprung from. And essentially it's a group of men from different vocations who are willing to leverage their experience, their relationships, to improve the lives of other men, to allow them to live happier and healthier lives. The CIMALS is just one of those initiatives whereby we're trying to encourage better health-seeking behavior, preventative health practices among men.
Dr. Charles, why do you think that is, from what you've seen in your practice, that men tend not to pay attention to their health, or, they're not going to the doctor to just see what's happening?
Thank you. Interestingly enough, both Dr. Campbell and I, we are obstetrician gynecologists, so we're well familiar with women and their tendencies and their attitudes towards healthcare. And to be very honest, it is glaringly different when it comes to men. And I think, in my opinion, there are multiple unique barriers for men when it comes to their healthcare, one of which has to do with our societal conditioning. Men have been taught over time to not talk about their pain, not talk about their stresses or struggles, not talk about their anxieties or their depressions. And somehow society has said, and given them the idea that this is seen as weakness or less masculine. So men tend to suffer in silence, and alone, oftentimes until the point where they are in extreme crisis. And so what we want to do is to be able to reshape that rhetoric, to say actually it takes strength and courage to seek help and to be proactive about your health as opposed to being reactive. Think of it as an investment, something as a business, something worth investing in. and not to wait until things are in crisis mode to pay attention.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit of what is going to happen at this summit.
Yeah, so essentially the summit represents the flagship event for the Mankind Initiative. The idea is really to draw attention to this issue. We recognize in the Cayman Islands that, especially as it relates to chronic non-communicable diseases, we have a problem. The evidence from the most recent national survey tells us about 70% of persons in the Cayman Islands are either overweight or obese. 1 in 3 adults are hypertensive, 1 in 3 have high cholesterol. And well over 90%, in fact, close to 97% of our population has risk factors for some kind of chronic non-communicable disorder. So it means, therefore, that unless something is, and of course, men are disproportionately represented in those statistics.
Really?
Absolutely. And so if something isn't done in terms of the preventative aspects of it, we're heading towards a very serious problem. And this is not just true for us here, but right across the Caribbean. So what the summit is really ventilating this issue. And we'll be having varying leaders of industry, community leaders, political leaders, persons who are involved in church ministry as well. We're bringing men from different vocations together to discuss this, to talk about issues, as well as having medical experts in the building to give feedback and to ventilate these issues and to answer questions. And we want to make it as broad as possible. One of the things we recognize, and I'll allow Colin to jump in here, is that health is not just about muscles and blood pressure. As Dr. Charles mentioned, there is the psychological aspect of health. There's the emotional aspect of health. What's happening in the relationships, that has an impact on health. And so our program is pretty robust to begin to address those aspects so that we can really have a holistic approach.
Absolutely. Health does not stop at your body. Mm-hmm. And we endeavor to take a comprehensive, holistic approach, not just to your aches and pains, but what are the things that are keeping men up at night? Mm-hmm. What are the root causes of men's stress? And you'd be surprised, some of the most underestimated sources could be financial stress that can cause men, can affect their health. You get stressed over a man who is in debt or in financial distress. I don't care what his blood pressure is. That's not a well man. He will be stressed. His cortisol levels will be elevated. That could lead to multiple metabolic disorders. It could lead to sleep deprivations. It can lead to anxiety, depression. And it's not just an individual problem. If a man is not well, it affects his family, it affects his kids, it affects his workplace, it affects the community at large. So this is actually a public health issue and needs to be treated as such and not treated as a private shame.
Yeah. One of the things that we recognize as well is the link between the psychological distress and substance abuse. And that's also something that we're going to be looking at in the summit as well.
I mean, for sure in Cayman, a lot of drinking goes on. What have you seen in your practice as far as the heavy drinking, drug use, especially among men?
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for that question, because sometimes we don't recognize the link. That oftentimes what we see as drug abuse is actually self-medication. It's actually sometimes our way as men of dealing with the challenges that we're facing in life. And so unless we get to the root, it's not just enough to talk about the drinking or the smoking. Or, we have to ask the question, why?
Yeah.
And we have to get to the root of that. And that's really what one of the things that we're trying to bring to the fore. That when we're dealing with the stresses of life, these burdens, these things we're trying to figure out, maybe part of it, the drinking, is the escape. That's where I can go to forget. You understand? That's where I can go to get some reprieve. The smoking that's where I can go to get some reprieve. But maybe if we can get to a place where it's okay. I was having a conversation with a very notable public figure here yesterday, and one of the things he pointed out was that he had started therapy some years ago. Now, I'm not saying every one of us needs therapy, but the reality of it is that he found it made such a big difference in his life because he was able to handle a lot of the things that he was struggling with more efficiently. So that may not apply to everyone, but if we can make it a comfortable conversation, then maybe in the long run we can make a difference.
Now, going to therapy, that's even a bigger step for a lot of guys than just going to a physician.
And to be able to admit it as well.
Yeah.
And to be able to admit it. So I was actually quite, I was very impressed that he was able to share it so openly.
So people attending this summit, this lifestyle, Men's Health and Lifestyle Summit, you're going to give them the information that they need. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. It's on Saturday at the Indigo Hotel, and we will start serving breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning. The program will start sharply at 9. And this is what we endeavor to do is to create a comfortable and safe space where men can come, be educated on the matters that impact men's health. They can be equipped with the tools that they can use to try making better decisions in life, as well as will also help facilitate access to care for men. A lot of times, men need specific attention and direction, so we want to be able to offer those. And we think if we can this is just a first step of many more activities and initiatives that we would like to offer throughout the year. But this will be the first step in the right direction for men.
And what do you hope that they, will come away from this with?
I think the key thing is, first of all, to one, build curiosity. To secondly, build a level of comfort with the idea of exploring your own health and challenges. And if we're able to achieve those two things, then it opens the door for more conversations. It opens the door for men to be willing to access some of the available resources, because the truth is, in the Cayman Islands, we have a very robust, an excellent health service. Most of the screening opportunities that men would need are available, but sometimes we just don't take them on.
Mm-hmm.
And so one, allowing men to become more willing to seek out that kind of the care, and then providing the knowledge to be able to bridge the gap so that they can know where to access those opportunities. So, as Dr. Charles said, this is the beginning of what we're trying to do. This is just one event, but what we're intending to do is to provide an ongoing platform whereby this can be magnified and ventilated in the way that serves our men best.
Will you be speaking to specific health problems?
The main thrust of this particular initiative is not so much to present didactic presentations on hypertension, diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is room for that, and we have platforms that we're going to be using for that. The main goal here is to promote the discussion. So yes, those things will come up, but I don't want men to feel worried that they're going to come and sit in a lecture about high blood pressure and the studies that are related to that. But it's going to be something quite relaxing, a discussion. They can ask questions. I think it's going to be quite fun, actually.
I think so. I think having an environment where men feel comfortable to speak with other men and actually have shared experiences and realize, you're not going through this alone. A lot of what you may be experiencing, other men are going through. And the only difference between the men that we admire that have overachieved is that they chose to do something about it. And that's what we want to do, give men options that they can choose, healthy options to make their lives better.
One of the things I'll say as we wrap it up is the fact that almost all the persons who are involved with this, we have our own stories. We didn't get here yesterday. I mean, we're just like everybody else, trying to win at life, but losing our life in the process. And so having come to come to Jesus moment, where we had our own health challenges and had to figure out how to maneuver our way through that, we've recognized that chances are there are men out there just like us.
Absolutely.
Who need information that we had to seek out. Yes. And so that's really the motivation behind what we're doing.
Talk a little bit about the lifestyle choices that people make it, what you'll be covering in that aspect of it.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're going to be doing is trying to break down aspects of lifestyle transformation into nugget size information that's easy for the average person to digest. One of the things that happens quite often as medical practitioners is that we bring things across in a very medical way. And so it becomes hard for persons to bring it to practical use. And so we're going to be looking at that. One of our talks is going to be about the 5 fingers of health. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
No, you got to come to find out.
Come to find out, right? Which is something that I discovered along my own journey, in trying to recover from some of the challenges that I have had. And it helps us to put into perspective the evidence that's out there into a neat package that becomes useful for the men that we're dealing with. Yeah.
I noticed you said something a while ago, though, that, muscle doesn't mean health necessarily. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know guys that, they're in the gym, 5 days a week, and they think that's about all you need to do. You can still have serious things going on that you need to take a look at.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
Sure, without question, and that's in many different areas. For one, that's why mental health is so important, and when it comes to mental health and substance abuse, that's actually the first segment. First segment of the summit. We're setting the tone to say, hey, this is not just about your physique or your diet. This is every holistic part of you. And the truth of the matter is, you can be going to the doctor, you can be having your blood pressure checks, you can be exercising well, and still not well. You can, for example, when it comes to cancer screening, the number one cancer killer for men is prostate cancer. Yeah. And one of the things that I don't think most men realize how pervasive it is. The newest statistics show that 1 in 8 men will have prostate cancer. And so you can be doing quite well and not realizing that you may have one risk factors towards it. And had you been proactive in terms of seeking a doctor, you could have been screening, and if you were able to pick it up early.
And that's a very slow growing
absolutely
cancer too, right?
Absolutely.
And it sneaks up on you.
Absolutely. And one of the important things to know is that if you were able to pick it up in the early stages, in the vast majority of cases, you'll be able to remedy the cause. Actually, statistically, 99% of the cases. So a lot of what actually hurts, affects, and kills men are things that are preventable if we can just simply do the small things, make the small investment in time and in effort, and to improve your life, and more importantly, improve the quality of your life, as well as avoid premature death.
So, do people have to register for this? Is it free? Is it?
Yeah. Thanks for asking. It's free, and in saying that, nothing in life is really free. Somebody had to pay for it, and I take the opportunity to thank our sponsors. Certainly, the Cayman Islands government, and the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Social Development has been of tremendous support in this, as well as corporate sponsors. We have had sponsorship from Health City, the Health Services Authority, HSA.
Sure. CUC, and of course the good folks at Macross Group, Mr. Charles Russell. An initiative like this, you can't do alone. Right. You need partners. As Leroy said, the Cayman Islands government has been amazing. Ministry of Health, the Honorable Catherine Wilkes, she has been very excited about this. Minister Isaac Rankin, who will also be one of our panelists, he's been very supportive. At some point in time this year, we'll be heading over to Cayman Brac as well to be able to offer similar type of initiative over there. And Minister DaCosta has been very supportive. I'm excited about this. So the government, Cayman Islands government, has been great in supporting us. Corporate sponsors, we'd like to give thanks to Mr. Shamari Blake and the team at Health City. They've been great. Also the Macross Group, Mr. Charles Russell, CUC, and interesting enough, one of our panelists will be the CEO, Mr. Richard Hugh, as well.
Oh, really?
There. Absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of the panelists and the speakers, we have a real impressive array of speakers, of men, of varying fields that will be partaking in this important discussion that I think every man will benefit from.
Absolutely. So it's free to the public. We do ask that you register, particularly if you're going to get breakfast and you're coming in early, so we can at least have those numbers.
So how do they register?
So you're going to register online at our website, at the Simhals website, which is CIMHALS, simhals.org, simhals.org. So Simhals is just the abbreviation for the Cayman Islands Men's Health and Lifestyle Summit. So let's say that one more time.
Yes.
So CIMHALS.org, simhals.org. And once you go online, you'll be able to get some of the same information we're talking about. You'll see the program. You'll see all the different panelists and speakers with their bios. You can read up on that before and see how we have an amazing lineup, as Dr. Charles has said. And you can register for attendance. The registration process is very simple and straightforward.
So what are you hoping, at the end of the day there, that the men who attend, that they come out of there with a new thinking? What are you hoping to achieve there as far as the mindset?
Yeah. I think the main thing what we want to achieve is having men coming out with an awareness that we need to take responsibility for our own health. To recognize, secondly, that we are important if we are going to see positive change in our society. We're going to be part of that. And the best gift that you can give to your world is yourself. And the best gift you can give to your family is yourself. Your wife, your spouse is yourself. And so if we can be the happiest, healthiest version of ourselves, then we can make the best impact with our lives. And so we want men coming out of that feeling inspired, feeling like there's hope, and also feeling motivated to pursue that journey. And that will now allow us, as we go along with the other initiatives and programs that we will be having, because we do have several initiatives that we're looking at through the year, partnering with different groups on island to continue this effort of promoting men's health. So that's the key thing, bringing them out hopeful and motivated and willing to pursue that.
We spoke about stress a while ago, which can cause a lot of things. Are you going to be addressing how men can deal with that stress?
Yeah, in fact, our first segment is really going to be looking at this. So we're going to have 3 segments, and maybe we can break that down a little bit. So we're going to be having 3 segments. The first segment is going to be dealing with the mental health aspect. Second segment, more the physical health aspect. And the third segment is going to be dealing with money, sex, and marriage. We call that segment. So it's going to be relationships and those.
Say that again.
Money, sex, and marriage. Right. And I'm looking forward to the panel discussion, because one of the topics is marriage relevant in the 21st century? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that discussion myself. But certainly the first segment is going to be dealing with mental health. We're going to have a psychiatrist, Dr. Mark Lockhart. He's going to be on the panel. We're going to have a psychologist, Dr. Janelle Nelson, who is also the psychologist for His Majesty's Prison Services, who's going to be there. We have Steve Sloan, who is coming from the United States. He has a very vibrant service there. Was voted the top rehabilitative service in Winchester, Kentucky, in the United States, as it relates to drug rehabilitation and recovery. And we also have Pastor Andrew Ebanks in that panel as well. And so we're not only going to be discussing the problem, but what are some of the solutions? Mm-hmm. And from a holistic standpoint, where does the psychiatrist come in? Where does the psychologist come in? What are the other things that we can put in place in our lives to help us outside of the professional help?
Mm-hmm. So you get into relationships and all aspects.
Absolutely.
Holistic.
So the Cayman Islands Men's Health and Lifestyle Summit, let's make sure they know when and where.
Sure. It's at the Indigo Hotel. It's this Saturday, the 20th of June. Breakfast will be served from 8 o'clock, and we will start the program at 9 o'clock. And it's just 3 hours, guys. We'll be finished by 12 o'clock. But we'll be serving food. All is free. Everyone's invited, whether you're young in age or young at heart. Please feel free to come. Women, please grab your father, your brother, your husband. Bring them. We're happy to have everyone.
And free admission.
Free admission.
Free admission. And the women can come too. Now, because it's a men's health summit, means that we want the women there because we know they take care.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And one more time with the website to register.
Yes, so it's simhals.org. So that's CIMHALS.org.
Dr. Colin Charles and Dr. Leroy Campbell of Mankind, trying to give a helping hand to our brothers out there to stay healthy. Thank you for coming in. Sounds like a fantastic program that you have.
Thank you. We're looking forward to seeing you there on Saturday.
Well, I will try. I don't know if I'll be there at 6:30, but...
Well, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Oh, there's another one that starts at 6:30 that I was talking to today.
No, we won't get you up that early.
No, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock at Indigo.
For breakfast,
right?
and then we start at 9.
All right.
Wonderful.
Well, that's it for Talk today. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The 25th Annual Talent Exposition of the Arts, Hope is Here. Presented by the New Self-Help Foundation, Sunday, June 28th at the Hawkwheel Theatre. Awesome performances by Rico Rolando, Erica Asai, actress Caitlin Tyson, Dequan Smith, UCCI Dance Company, Radiance Dance Studio, Center Point Limited, John Gray Kitchen Band, and Starlight Elite Strings, Michelle T, and more. Tickets cost $15 CI prepaid or $20 at the gate, and available from the #1 shoe shop and Winner's Circle Sports. Talent Exposition of the Arts, Hope, hosted by Anika Jefferson and Lloyd Parker. June 28th at the Hawkwheel Theatre. Gates open at 5 p.m. Show starts at 6 p.m. Part proceeds from this event to benefit the Pines Retirement Home.
The Passport and Corporate Services Office is urging all residents to verify the validity of their travel documents and take steps to protect them ahead of the hurricane season, which starts the 1st of June. Residents are advised to check passport expiry date, verify entry requirements for their destination, apply for or renew passports and visas early, and make copies of passports and key documents and store them in waterproof containers. For more information, call 345-649-7678 or email passportandcorporate@gov.ky.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.